Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I am so glad you're here. You guys, today I'm going to show you one of the most despicable videos I've ever found of Meghan Markle. And that is saying something. We see these two do a lot of awful things. This is truly shameful. And I'm excited to share it with you. I have not seen this before. I've been doing my deep dive of South Africa and the South Africa trip in 2019 and all the hideous things that they did. This takes the cake, and that's saying something. Well, I don't know. Playing victim next to a women's shelter, also pretty awful. But watch this. I have this new clip to show you. I'm just freaking out about it. Do share this one around if you don't mind. If you'll post it on your social media, I need people to get eyeballs on it. I took time and typed out the captions so you could really see what's being said and what happened. Share this. Share it on St. Meghan Markle. Share it wherever. I want people to get their eyeballs on it. But enjoy this video. I'm reacting to it with Dylan from Winning Communication. Here we go. Guys, I'm so excited today. I have back here with me Dylan from Winning Communication. Hi, Dylan.
Hey, thanks for having me again.
Of course, you're stuck with me now. I actually just had somebody in my comments say you're my work husband. I said more like my work sibling. I think of you as like a younger brother.
Yeah.
No, this has been one of my favorite parts of having this channel is meeting people like you. I've just enjoyed so much, and I'm just so glad to have you here. And I have you here for a doozy today, Dylan. I'm very excited. So I purposely have not shared this with Dylan because I want him to genuinely react. And let me just say, if you haven't checked out his channel, it's Winning Communication. He's excellent. He does really good job at reacting. Yeah, there you go. Reacting to videos, especially. He does all kinds of stuff, but especially Harry and Meghan. And so this is going to be right up your alley because we are going to have a reaction to this. Just you wait. So I have been on my channel, as you guys know, revisiting the South Africa trip. And the reason is because that one sticks out as one of the worst things I've ever seen. It was 2019. That's what made me take notice of how truly awful these two are. Dylan, did you follow or have you looked into since the South Africa trip at all or not so much?
Yeah, wasn't that the no one asks if I'm okay trip? She's like, oh yeah, that one's pretty crazy. You gotta say
it a lot more dramatic than that, Dylan.
Oh,
no one asks if I'm okay.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and the passive aggressive, thank you for asking when he asks. Not many people, yeah.
Not many people have asked. Oh yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah. So I go into that in a separate video, but you're so right. Just to remind everybody and to let you know, Dylan, do you know that she filmed that literally steps away from a women and children's center? Oh, sorry, shelter. Yeah. Where real atrocities are going on, and yet she's complaining and making it about herself. So
of course.
Great. So today we're going to look at another doozy from this trip, and this was in Cape Town. So let me set the stage. This would have been September 25th, 2019. They're in Cape Town, South Africa, as part of this 10-day tour. This event was called Mothers to Mothers, and Harry had gone elsewhere, so it was just Meghan at this event. So the purpose of this place, this Mothers to Mothers, is it's supposed to support women with HIV by training them to become community healthcare workers. So important cause, important event. You can imagine how this goes, right? All right. So what I thought, Dylan, is I'll just show you. Let me just show you the video. Now, guys, I spent so much time typing out subtitles because it is very hard to understand what's being said. So you'll see my subtitles. I'm putting the disclaimer that I did my very, very best. And I feel like I got 99% of exactly what was said. But listen and judge for yourself on this. Let's take a listen. And I'm going to just, I have to react. So I'm going to be pausing it some, but just get ready. Okay, so here we are at this event. And right off the bat, you're going to notice, okay, Meghan, of course, has to be in the center. Immediately, she decides we need to sit on the floor.
Here, we can all sit down here because we can all get on the floor.
This nice lady says we can't get on the floor. You'll see Meghan's going to insist. Can I just show you one thing real quick? In South Africa, sitting on the floor is a sign of mourning. So when she says we can't sit on the floor, they're saying it for a reason, not just we don't want to sit on the floor. It's because it's a cultural thing. Meghan doesn't care. Yeah. Meghan makes it about herself. See? She says,
Yeah.
come on, it's fine. Plus, I'd like to point out these ladies are there with little babies, hard to hold a baby and sit on the floor. And a lot of them are dressed nicely. We see the lady in the beautiful red dress there. I wouldn't want to sit on the floor dressed like that. Meghan planned accordingly, wore a jumpsuit and was like, no, come on.
Yeah.
I need this photograph. Come on.
Exactly. Yeah.
So again, I'm gonna let you react. I don't mean to talk over. I'm just letting you know to set the stage because
Yeah.
it gets wild. It really does.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's see. So he said, "Yeah, come on, sit down." No.
Yeah. 100%. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So again, I'm so sorry. I should just let this play, but I just have to fill you in. The guy speaking, I believe he's definitely part of her team. I believe he's some sort of PR guy or helper guy, something. So I just have him listed as guy speaking. So he quite literally says, allow me to introduce you to, and this is her name. I won't even try to say it. I'm sure it's a beautiful name. I just can't pronounce it. And just notice that Meghan just couldn't care less.
Yeah.
No,
come on. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't be the only one sitting, and the guy's encouraging them to come sit down on the floor.
Yeah, and the thing is, I noticed like it's so much like I need the shot. Like, did you see the frozen smile? She has like, come on, guys, sit. Like, it's not a real smile. It's very forceful, and also that cultural thing. Like, even if you don't know the culture, she's the type I think who would say like, oh, cultural insensitivity and like point, her and Harry, whatever. But also, it's like just reading people. She had in her head, like, these people are props. She's not reading. They don't want to do this. Like, you should be able to read something. Even if you don't know the culture, like, if they're like, oh, that's, you can read, like, oh, this is not the thing.
You're exactly right. Not able to read the room and just having her agenda more important than anything else.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Let's see.
No, come on.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sit on the,
That's right. Then why do you have chairs there? Why wouldn't you tell them in that we will be sitting on the floor and playing with children?
Yeah.
I'd also like to point out that this is the first trip they had taken, the first royal trip that they had taken Archie on, didn't bring him on this play group. I find that completely interesting. Is her child too good to play with these children? What's going on there? And let's say that he's just tired from the travel. Okay, then maybe explain that instead of just showing up trying to latch on to other people's children.
Yeah.
To appear maternal. Here we go. So the guy speaking, come on. So here they are in their beautiful outfits sitting down with their babies. I mean, it's not cool.
I was thinking if it was Archie and we had all these toys in the middle, but I think it was...
I was thinking if it's Archie, we had all these toys in the middle, but I made him sit in the chair. So can't bring him to the event, but making it about how she and Archie have this bond.
Yeah. To me, it seems like she's almost, which is rare, making somewhat of an excuse for her behavior, perhaps, which is rare for her because she was so forceful. And well, I think it's like, an excuse or a reason. It's like, you all need to sit here, and then she's like making up a reason like why I had to force all of you to sit. It's for the children, right?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But we don't normally see her. Normally, it's just this is the way it's going to be done.
Yeah, and she also sped up when she said that. It really didn't sound like, a real thing. She's like, I can't imagine Archie, it's like, she's like, come on, we need to go. Like, I'm going to scam you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You have to do it. Like,
don't think about it too much. I'm going to do this quick.
Yeah.
Don't ask any questions. All right.
So please,
I'd like to know.
Okay, so this is important. This guy speaking says, now please, I'd like to ask, I think her name is pronounced Limpo, if she would continue, because the lady, Limpo, if I'm saying her name correctly, is the lady directly to Meghan's left in the chair. She's in the skirt. She's positioning herself, it appears to me, So that way she can tell the story. Again, I'd like to remind everybody, this is a place that helps women with HIV. And so she's about to tell this story, this incredible story of things she's had to endure and survive. Just watch Meghan.
What real quick thing though?
Uh-huh.
So I didn't think of.
Uh-huh.
You know, HIV is people are immune compromised, right? Or right? Like, so maybe
yeah,
that's
I mean,
part
I
of the
think
reason they don't want to be on the floor, right? Like,
absolutely.
it is mass, but you know, like they have,
It could be anything. It could be a medical discomfort. It could just be that I don't want to get on the floor with you.
Yeah.
You know, you're basically a stranger to me. I don't want to sit on the floor with you. This is weird. Oh, let me explain this. Okay, so the video I have found and I'm reacting to jumps right here. I have found another part where it doesn't jump. It's hard to explain. I have to show that next. So I'm going to keep on with this. It looks like we've cut out of that moment. That's because this is a press video. So they purposely cut it out so you can't see how awful she is. So I will show you a little bit more of that in just a moment. I hadn't forgotten, and I didn't edit it this way. It's just how it was edited. But this flies in the face of her saying, the press were after me. Nobody's helping me. It's like, no, they were doing everything to help you because the true monster is hidden.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, so we'll keep going with this, though. Wait, just watch this. Okay, in the spirit of community.
What's so nice is to be able to share some of the things that we have done at home.
So she's going to share some of the things we have at home to help these people.
Well, and so, you know, we can obviously make sure anything that you need is provided. We brought some of the things that my friends and I use.
I brought some of the things my friends and I use for our kids.
For our kids and our
happened to bring a camera crew with me to show you how generous I am. But just wait till you see what she brought. Things that Archie can't fit into anymore.
Are you kidding me? Here's our happy
Yes! When you like something from a royal prince. I mean,
that is crazy.
Is that not the most patronizing thing you've ever seen?
Absolutely. That's the perfect word to describe it.
Yes. I feel like it bears mentioning too that she is wearing, it's actually less expensive for her because usually she's outlandish in the things that she wears. I figured out her total outfit cost that I could find. I'm including the jumpsuit, the shoes, and the gold earrings. I calculate to be about $1,060.
Yeah, for her, that's nothing.
For her, that's nothing. For most of us, it's like, whoa,
before,
that's ridiculous.
2 days ago or so with Prince George's birthday, she took photos. Apparently that outfit was like 65,000 pounds, which is like, what is that, like $80,000 or something?
Something like that. Ridiculous.
It's like
a
car.
Gosh.
It's a fancy car. You know,
I was
or a down
say,
payment.
It's both of our cars in my house, you know. Oh my God. That is crazy. It just, no self-awareness. Here we go.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so look at that. Sorry. So the guy trying to help her says, shall I bring it around front? Meaning you're kind of being rude. Here's an entire group. She's like, no, it's fine. Meaning, no. I get to be the center of attention this way. Everybody look at me.
Yeah.
It's reminiscent of those flowers at the Queen's walkabout. Remember when Her Majesty the late Queen passed and the aide tried to take the flowers and she kind of snapped at him a little bit. Like, no, I got this. Because she wanted to be seen. And
it's like uncomfortable for the people how they're being seen. You know, how they have to like lean in, and even like her back is to them. So it's like a big asymmetry in like importance. Like everyone has to stare at me, even if it's my back.
Yes. So I'm gonna hit play. I'm gonna replay this whole thing because I want to hear more. You're so good at this, but I know you. I mean, I know a lot of people don't know all of this, so I'm filling it in. But you're so good.
Just little things that I thought would be helpful.
This is Archie's onesie. And see, it's just like, I mean, does she think it's her baby shower? Because this is how you would treat a mother at a baby shower. You know, she sits in the middle, opens things, and everybody goes, oh.
He's outgrown it. I think it's a big disappointment.
He's outgrown it now. So my baby can no longer wear it. So perhaps it's okay for your children.
Yeah, it's really treating them like they're like
Second class? I don't know.
yeah, or like very very poor. You know, it's very like oh like you need hand-me-downs. Like I'm not saying
Yeah.
you know reusing things is good, but just the
Great.
context of it is just very strange.
No self-awareness. You're there on a
Yeah.
royal tour. To me, it'd be much more appropriate to say, you know, we would like to
Yeah.
gift you X amount of money towards, you know,
You know what?
causes or helping or whatever it is. Yeah.
Exactly. You know, I'm just thinking, like, I'm imagining, like, Prince William on a royal tour, and just like, oh, here's the old socks, and you know, like any royal doing that, just passing out, like, oh, here's my old tennis shoes for you. You know, it's like,
Exactly.
yes.
It's
Yeah.
right. Our children no longer need them. So perhaps now your children. Yeah, to your point,
Yeah.
that's totally appropriate if it's like your nephew and your kid, you
Yeah.
know, but
Yeah.
no, this is a royal event and this is a you know, it's obviously a charitable cause.
Yeah.
That's so condescending.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Again, I thought
Oh.
she probably thought it was gonna be a good story. Like Meghan's so relatable. She gives you know Archie's clothes. Like what the heck?
Absolutely. And listen, if she was somebody again like a regular person where that's all you have to give, by gosh, do it.
Yeah.
Help people.
Mhm.
That's not what this is.
Exactly.
But at any rate, there's all sorts of things there that I thought, you know, it's so.
Okay, I'm sorry. She's just milking this moment. I'm in
Yeah.
the center and everybody look at me.
Yeah.
I thought this was so important. It's
And
not that it's an important cause to help other women or to help children or people
Yeah.
in, you know, certain circumstances. I thought it was so important.
It's
important to be able to share what's work for our families and show that we're all in this together with each other.
We're all in this together with each other. Except for we're not. And I'm going to
Yeah.
remind you all of this by every possible way I can.
So we just wanted to share something from our home to each of yours. So you'll have this in their Dakota bags back there.
So this part was so hard to understand. Please, if you want to go back and listen and figure out what she's saying, you will have something bags back there as well. And I listened to it 100 times. I had Jay listen to it. We think she said quarter, but that doesn't really make sense. So I don't really know what she said there. Some sort of bags back there as well. But I scoured the internet. I could not find any. You'd think she plastered if they gave, I don't know, $100,000 donation. I didn't find anything like that. Nothing.
Yeah, look at who's having the best time. Living her best life. So thank you. It's really a special day. Thank you for having me.
So that's it for that video. I will do anything that you want to do. If you want me to play it back and you fully react, go for it. If you want me to play the other part that was cut out, I can do that, whatever.
Maybe we could play it and I'll react just a little bit, just so we get it more, you know, front to back or whatever.
Let's do that.
I'll just say like a few comments. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just hit play and I'll stop anytime you want. Here we go.
We can all sit down here because we can all play.
I'm sorry. We can't get on the floor. She's actually pleading. I'm not trying to exaggerate. We can't get on the floor.
And seeing it together, like the speed of reaction, no, it's fine. It was very dismissive. Like, you know, if you hear the tonality and like, no, come on, it's fine. Very dismissive.
Yeah.
I'd like to introduce you and ask you to continue.
I can't be the only one.
No, come on. Everyone needs to come back. Please.
I was thinking if it was Archie and we had all these toys in the middle, but I think it was in the one thing.
Yeah, again, seeing it like in the totality, just the dismissiveness, like, and that woman was almost like pleading, we can't sit on the floor. No, it's fine. And then no, and she's like, come on, like sit on the floor, and just the man's trying to maybe redirect it and say I'm going to introduce you, just totally dismissive. Like no one's opinions or thoughts matter. And I think it's a mixture. She wants a photo. It's also ego. You know, like she wouldn't like can't go down there and then get back up with no one following her. So that might be embarrassing. But again, that's also a mistake on her part. Like you don't, you know, she's just so bullheaded and doing what she wants. Like a better thing would be like, oh, do you guys, you know, you have to be more gentle. Do you want to, hey guys, should we play with the toys? Like, oh no. Then you don't, the people don't have to be so forceful and like, we can't do that.
Yeah, you're so right. I just keep thinking too, there's no way that any of this was a surprise to her. They had to brief her. Okay, this is what you're going to be doing.
Yeah.
You will be meeting with this woman who's going to explain her story.
Yeah.
And she had to have known. I just don't believe in my gut. I don't believe that that any of this was a surprise.
Yeah.
So it makes it worse. It's like, I'm going to sit on the floor with my back to you.
Yeah.
Nothing you say matters.
Yeah.
Just wait till you see the next clip where she actually does tell the story. It's frightening.
Yeah.
I'd like to now ask Jimbo if she would continue.
In the spirit of community, what's so nice is to be able to share some of the things that we have done at home as well. And so, you know, we can obviously make sure anything you need is provided for you. We bought some of the things that my friends and I used for our kids, and Archie, then he said, yeah, don't fit anymore. Oh, yeah, you back. No, it's fine. Just little things that I thought would be helpful.
Well, right there, it's the same no, it's fine. And again, that's why I like, you know, watching both ways, like the quick cutting it more and then looking, like, because you can see how quickly she says no, it's fine.
Yeah.
That's someone who's not even listening to what the other person's saying. It's again just shutting them down, like, oh, what, no, it's fine. Like it's very much shutting the person down. That's really consistent here.
You're so right. That's a great point. And it's my whole thinking here is, oh, she just needed to be center of attention, and I stand by that. But I'm realizing too, look at the angle we're looking at. The cameras are clearly where we are.
And everything's like towards her.
The guy would have blocked her shot. So
you get
an
elbow. You get a big elbow
That's
doing that.
Just ask Hasna balls, right?
Yeah.
I just find that so patronizing. I keep saying it, but that's the only word I can think of. That she has these women clapping for her, bringing her hand-me-downs to them.
Right? That's a good point. It's ridiculous.
Oh.
This one too. He's outgrown it. He's a big this one. But at any rate, there's all sorts of things there that I thought, you know, it's so important to be able to share what's work for our families and to know that we are all in this together with each other. So we just wanted to share something from our home to each of yours. So you'll have this in there, a couple other bags back there as well.
I just heard it. He said there's a couple other bags back there as well. Not quarter, couple other. I listened to that thing 100,000 times.
Good. I was trying to listen. I was very curious. I'm glad you got it. I didn't get it.
Couple other things back there. A couple other bags back there. Of what? Used clothes?
Yeah, probably. Like,
hey, Bill and Allie drank half my Starbucks. I'm going to send it to you, man. You're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. The thing I noticed, she here though, even though she's so bullheaded, I think she sometimes is actually noticing the awkwardness, maybe, because she's kind of talking a little fast, a little awkward. Like, oh, so I have these things, I have that. Like, I don't know. She's just awkward.
So where are you going with that? Do you think she's aware of how cringe this situation is, or her own behavior?
Maybe she's not getting the reaction she expected. Like maybe she thinks she's so great that it's like, oh my gosh, you've touched this. You know, maybe because I just like she started talking.
Has worn this,
yeah. Because I know she started like repeating the same thing a few times, like, oh, these are things, and it's community, and she's saying it several times. So maybe just not falling the way she expected. That's just you know, a educated guess, but she definitely does speak a little faster and
that's such a good catch.
Repetitively, yeah.
Yeah, look at who's having the best time. Living her best life. So thank you. It's really a special day. Thank you for having me.
Oh, that's it for that
Cool.
clip.
Yeah.
Crazy.
The other one, yeah.
All right. So I do want to go ahead and give a shout out on this one. I looked and looked and I kept thinking, I did a lot of homework on this one, and I kept thinking, why does that clip jump like that? Again, that was a press video that was sent out. And so I was able to use it because of fair use and because of that. I want to give a shout out to the Royal Grift. A lot of people know of the Royal Grift. She does such a good job researching her videos. I'm a big fan, really enjoy her work. She's the only one that I could find that had some of the cutout footage. So I encourage you to go watch her video. She did the work. She's great. Definitely go watch it. I used just a few seconds of hers, but she has more of it. So I, again, shout out to the Royal Grift, because it bugs me when people use our stuff. I've seen them do it to you, Dylan, and they've done it to me, and then they don't credit it. Full credit, Royal Grift. Go watch her video on this. In fact, I'll flash it up on screen. This is where you can find more to this clip, because she's the only one that's found it. I've looked everywhere. Go ahead.
Okay, forget the point. I was trying to point where you're gonna flash it.
No, it's okay. All right, let's see here. Okay, so here is the video. I'm going to hit play on this.
So please, I'd like to now ask Ms. Ho.
Let me go ahead and explain. I could not get subtitles on this. So much is said that I don't understand, and that's okay. I don't think it matters. The part that you need to know is that this lovely lady is about to share something so personal about her story living with HIV and her experience and you know how she contracted it and stuff and what it's like, and just take in what's going on with Meghan while this lady is trying to explain this.
Thank you so much, friend. Once again, your Highness, and great honor. My name is Jenn.
She's introducing herself, saying my name is, and telling her what's going on.
I'm a mom of two girls. Yeah. I have the first time.
She's explained that she has 2 children. I believe she's saying that they're older teens.
10 years old, and the last one is.
Yeah. What the hell? Meghan just couldn't care less. Not
couldn't
even
care less. You saw so quickly. She's looking at it, and then just looks like, oh, you don't matter. Like you could literally see like the calculation in her head, like losing interest. Yeah.
That's exactly it. To me, it's like somebody's trying to sell you a credit card for the grocery store you're at.
It's exactly how you treat someone who's like kind of low status or annoying, right?
Yes.
Like, it's like when you see someone, everyone's ignoring them, and then you talk to them and you go, whoops, there was a reason.
Yes.
But not saying there's a reason for this woman. That's how she's
No,
treating
I know
her.
what you're
Just like,
saying.
okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody's trying to sell you something you don't want to be sold on, but you don't want to be full on rude. So you're just like, no thanks, no thanks.
Yeah. Crazy.
She's 5 months old, almost the same age as baby Archie. Oh my God.
She was talking about something about the same age as baby Archie. Again, very hard to understand, but that's what Meghan's reacting to. Not this woman's story that something ties back to Meghan.
And currently I'm in a good space, but things haven't always been easy for me.
So this is important. Sorry, I keep pausing it. She's saying, currently I'm in a good space, but things have not always been easy for me. And then goes into her story. Watch Meghan.
I was actually married at a very young age of 19, and was married to my husband, who was actually 7 years older than I was.
So there she's explaining that she got married at 18. I don't want to put words in her mouth. The way I am understanding it is that it wasn't necessarily a marriage she wanted to enter. She was pushed into this marriage at 18 years old, and he was significantly older. I thought she said 80 years older, but I don't think that's what she said. But significant, however many years older.
Yeah. I thought she said 70. Yeah.
Oh, maybe
17 or something.
I don't know. Maybe it's 17 years old. Whatever it is.
70. He's like 90. Yeah.
Significantly older than she was, whatever it was. And she's not speaking super fondly of the situation.
Yeah.
And about 2 years in my marriage, we're pregnant. And
I believe there she said, I was cheated on during my marriage and also fell pregnant, something like that. Like, I think,
part of making sure that the mother and the child are healthy, I went to the clinic for my fertility.
So she was going to a clinic to have pregnancy-related checkups, and that's when she found her status there, that she was positive.
For my clinic, for my pregnancy services. Yes. And as part of the routine that was there, I had to test for HIV, and the results came positive.
So she just revealed she had a positive test for HIV during her pregnancy.
That is insane. Yeah, Megan's literally like, oh, look at the toy. Oh, yes. And when she said yes, it's like, yes. It's just so not. That's unreal. That is so socially off. Wow.
It's the most horrendous thing I could think of. Think of any other royal family or just any other human being. Somebody reveals something like this to you, even if you don't know them, if they tell you this, your reaction is not generally to turn your back and smile at a kid. It's to turn toward them.
There's so many levels to it. Yeah, like, she's treating it like, like you said, credit card person coming and talking about their problems, and it's just like a social contract that just like socially, if someone's talking to you about something that serious, you have to listen, even if you don't. Most people will care, but not even Meghan. If she didn't care, it's just like socially appropriate. You can't just be like, oh yeah, you had HIV when you're 17 and pregnant, 19, whatever. Okay, crazy.
Yeah, exactly that. Oh, it just is disgusting to watch. It's just vile. Oh, that's the end of the video. That's all I got. But definitely go back and watch the Royal Griff, because she, again, I believe she had a little bit more to it, and I don't, I don't want to use anybody's anything without their permission. But incredible. If you don't mind, can we watch this one again? I just need to react.
Sure,
a little bit
that
more.
could be good. Yeah.
I'm obsessed. Here we go.
So please, I'd like to now ask Nicole if she would continue.
Thank you so much, friend. Once again, Your Highness, and great honor. Thank you. My name is Dinka. I'm a single mom of two girls. I have the first one is Dinka.
Do you know what vibe I'm getting right there that I didn't pick up till just now when she said, yes. Do you remember when she wore that, I call it the boobs east and west dress, that bright red tomato dress?
Yeah.
Somebody asked her something like, are you proud of Harry? And she kind of gives a smug over her shoulder look and goes, I'm always proud of him.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of a smug, like, yes.
Yeah.
10 years old, and the last one is top, he's actually 5 months old, almost the same age as baby Archie. Oh my god! And currently I'm in a good space, but things haven't always been easy for me. I was actually married at a very young age of 19.
I get stuck on this. So she's saying things have not been easy for me getting married at the age of 19. Oh. So even the other women, it's hard to see them all, but like they're trying to be respectful, because clearly this woman's telling an emotional story. I would say, look at the lady in the orange's face, more appropriate, listening, Look at Meghan's face.
Yeah, and it's awkward for them too, because it's like Meghan's the leader setting the tone, and she's trying to set the tone like, this is not an important person. Let's ignore them. Focus on me. Focus on what we're doing. So it's awkward.
Yeah, it is.
And was married to my husband, who was actually 7 years older than I was. And about 2 years in my marriage, we were pregnant. And as part of making sure that the mother and the child are healthy, I went to the clinic for my facility, for my clinic, for my pregnancy services. Yes. And as part of the routine that was there, I had to test for HIV. And
I'm just thinking, like, even if you're trying to tell me a serious story, and there's a dog here, I love dogs and I love kids, so I'm always going to react. But I promise you, if you're in the middle of telling me a serious health story, I can wait a second to pet that dog or talk to that kid. Cameras are pointing at you, in her situation. What is she thinking? Just of herself.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's awkward because like the woman notices when she's saying it. Like, it's just awkward, like talking, being left hanging. I also felt a little guilty because I probably would pet the dog. I
Yeah.
wouldn't even be thinking. I'd be listening like, oh, dog, like it was a dog. But I would,
But you probably wouldn't turn your back to the lady and
I would,
be like, ha 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 ha, when she's telling
Yeah.
you a horrendous story of whatever,
Yeah. And Meghan's not even like, she's looking at toys. She's just losing interest.
Huh.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And she's supposed to have been an actress. Of all people, you'd think she could feign interest or whatever.
Well, you know what? It's not a great shot, right? Like, if you take a picture of that, it's Meghan talking to one woman in a chair. It's like, whatever, to her Meghan. But here she gets shots of Meghan on the floor with all the mothers who feel so comfortable with Meghan. You know, from the picture, obviously they're very uncomfortable, forced into that position. But
yes. Exactly. Yep.
Paying for the tip.
That's it for the clip, but
and I feel you could see the very end of it. She's breathing in. It's awkward. Like, she feels that awkwardness where you're talking and then someone's ignoring you, and it's like awkward. Like, just stop in the middle. It's kind of a little humiliating. Yeah, it's just it's crazy.
It is. You're exactly right. I think the lady can sense that Meghan's just not listening. But if you've already started and that assistant guy has already slated you to tell your story, what do you do? Do you stop in the middle and say, hey, listen?
Yeah. And the thing is, like, this is exactly what someone who is genuine should be doing. If you're actually there to help, women with HIV and all that, that's why you go to the thing, is to listen to them and learn. And if it was genuine. But Meghan and Harry, it's just the run around and get PR tours. You know what? It reminds me of, okay, this person's very private, but I have a friend, who they used to work in domestic violence.
Okay.
And they had, like, what was it, Miss New York or something came? And she literally came, like, dressed up all, like, pretty with her sash and, like, ran around and, like, took pictures and it was, like, was just interrupting things to take pictures and ran out. It was the most ridiculous thing. She just came in, like, interrupted things.
Oh, my
and was, like, here, like, put her arm around people and just left. But
so that way she could say she helped victims of domestic. Oh my gosh!
The thing is, though, it's unfortunate that Meghan does it to an art form, but this has been around for a while. Like, these shady PR companies where it's just like they're gross. Like, they plan. I talk about some of my channels sometimes. Like, they plan out, like, oh, let's get you to, like, run around and interrupt people's work, and we'll take pictures so you look good. Like, it's all about image. But
it's like a politician holding a baby. I don't care what political party. I'm not trying to go political, but any politician holding a baby, it's icky. Like, no, if it's not yours, leave it alone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a picture. Yeah.
Oh, but the only other thing I wanted to add to this is this that I found when I was researching it. I found that this tour was the most expensive of any of the royal family at the time. They're saying of 2019, 2020, I guess, travel season, whatever. That was the most expensive. So that's the things I want to point out is they both are doing these awful things, and yet they're complaining that the press is being unfair, even though the press is clearly, as you could see by my video, covering up for them, cutting out the worst of it. And the royal family's being unfair. The royal family spent more on them than anybody else.
Yeah.
So you can't make it make sense.
First of all, how can you spend that much money on a trip? And I did think of, not to be off topic, but something I do want to promote just because it's an important thing, and not a lot of people have talked about it, is Harry's history with horses. Not to go too off topic, but just protected from the press.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Do you know he? Yeah, I won't get off topic, but there's
I've talked about it. It's hard to talk about, but I know exactly what you mean. I think it's important to call out the awfulness.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so I'm so glad to share this with you and react to it. Guys, leave me comments on this one. Leave Dylan comments on this one. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on all this? And then I'm going to recircle to this one more time. They sit on the floor as a sign of mourning.
Yeah.
And yet, Miss I studied international blah at Northwestern
Yeah.
doesn't realize that. And fine, I don't expect that everybody's going to know every cultural norm. But if somebody tells you, no, we don't sit on the
Yeah.
floor, then you probably should listen.
Yeah.
Like I might not know off the top of my head that, but then I would think, oh, maybe it's a religious thing, maybe it's anything,
Absolutely.
maybe
Or they
it's a
just don't want
comfort.
to, and they're a person, you know?
Right. I'm 40,
Yeah.
whatever. I don't want to sit on the floor.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And also, I'll just say once again,
Mhm.
it wasn't like an exuberant, like, come on, guys, let's do it, like genuine. It was like, I'm gonna force you guys to do this, you know?
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah. My photo op is more important than your comfort and your wishes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Oh, awful. Well, thank you so much for
Yeah,
watching
thanks
that
for
with
having
me.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anytime. So of course you're winning communication. Tell us how we can help your channel. We'll go watch, and you want us to honk at you in the comments? What can we
Yeah,
do?
definitely come comment.
Uh-huh.
Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on notifications. You're supposed to say that. I never said it. So
I
like it
never
shows
say it
you
either.
there's like percentages. It's like supposed to be higher. And you know, if you want to watch it, I edited it out, but I
Uh-huh.
did a video with Harry and the horses recently.
Okay.
And that one is something that I want out there because
Yeah.
you know I edited it so you don't see any of the things, but
Good. Uh-huh.
it's pretty crazy, like
Yeah.
his history. It's you know really
Do you
bad.
remember
So.
the name of that one so we can find it? Oh, you froze. I said, do you remember the name
Oh,
of that video so you can?
yeah, it's what do I name it? I don't know.
That's
It's
okay.
something.
Well, send it to me
Harry's
afterwards, and
no, it
I'll.
might be like Harry's troubling history with horses or something like that.
Okay.
I'll send you the link.
Perfect. I will
Something about Harry and horses. Yeah.
share that here, but we'll
Yeah.
definitely go watch that. And thank you as always, Dylan. I'm sure I'll be bugging you again soon. And hey, we're in real time about to record some stuff for your channel, so that
Oh
should
yeah.
be up probably by the time this is up. So
Yeah.
go watch it. And I've done a few things over there, so go watch that.
Yeah.
And...
Oh yeah. I still have more to post. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm the second half. Okay. Yeah.
Oh goodness. All right. Thanks so much as always, Dylan. We'll talk to you
All
again
right. Thanks.
soon.
Okay.
Bye.